Hey everybody, it's Elgin. I wanted to give a real quick update on some things that I'm hearing in regards to the forbearance situations. You know, it's a moving target. It's volatile. As we know, at least federally, the forbearance and eviction moratoriums are no longer in place. They expired here in October. So I've now had this happen to three people different ways. So I'm just going to give a general situation. Each one was a little bit different, but at least right now currently has the same outcome. And here it is that all three of them were in forbearance. All three of them with their different lenders, different circumstances, had been told that their forbearances were held off, that they could get back into forbearance, they could get out of forbearance, though then they were given dates that they had that they could get this done by and all of that. Here's what's happened to all three of them. Three of them is that upon speaking to their banks, upon even receiving two of them, not all three, but two of them received acknowledgement letters from their banks regarding their circumstances. All three in the month of October have received notice of defaults. Notice of defaults. If you're not aware of what a notice of default is the first letter and the first part of beginning a foreclosure. So here in California, that notice of default, you have 90 days that you can reinstate your loan, and by doing that, you pay whatever's owed, back payments, penalties, whatever it is. If you bring all of that in, the bank is required to reinstate your loan. If not, what happens is they issue you a notice of trustee sale. That notice of trustee sale is approximately 21 days from the time it's filed. That at that particular point, the bank can actually sell your property at an auction, and even if you were to bring up all of the money in the arrears, bring up the money that were penalties, the bank is not required to accept that from you. The bank can go forward with their foreclosure proceedings. So I'm telling you this, that if you are in certain situations, number one, the bank is not your friend. The bank is looking to collect monies owed to them for their shareholders, for their investors. That's what the bank's job is. The bank's job is not to help Elgin. They're not necessarily looking to hurt Elgin, but that's what it's a business decision for them. It's nothing personal. I am telling the three people that I'm speaking with now is they can deal with whatever, or two of them rather, whatever they were given and issued by the bank, that they can work on that. But what I do know is, at least via California law, you receive that notice of default, the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking. And previously, in another cycle, there was an awful lot of situations like this, and that was back during the loan modification days and things like that. I'm not going to call the banks out now, but there were a couple of banks in particular that probably everybody that listens to this message is going to know did this as a practice. One of them got a huge fine for it, which is what they do. They only get huge fines, and after the fines, they lay low or do whatever, maybe get out of the business for a minute, and then they come back. I'm not going to name some of those banks either. But I'm telling you this because I want you to understand that if you're behind in your payments, or if you're in a forbearance situation and your property begins to go, gets notice of defaults and it's going toward foreclosure and it has equity in it, understand that the equity is what is getting eaten up first. So if you owe $300,000 on the house, but the house is worth $600,000, but now you're behind payments and you got in the rear stuff, all of that stuff gets taken care of when the property sells. Via you sell it, via the bank takes it back and sells it, but the bank is not hurting any money. The only person losing money is you. So if your situation is tough, protect the equity you have. Protect the equity you have left. Make a decision best for you and your family. If that means you have to take 2 steps back, to take 3 or 4 steps forward, it's not the end of the world. But you need to understand what you're facing so you can make an educated decision. If you have any questions or there's anything that we can do to assist you, the Elgin and Walker team is here to help. God bless. Take care. And remember, no matter what you're going through in life, it's just a temporary condition. Things change. But it truly is, it's a great life. God bless you.